Fresh off a Grand Slam win, I spent time with Owen Watkin. The young centre for Wales and Ospreys is looking to book a place for the Rugby World Cup later on this year. Back into training, only a few days after the Welsh triumph against Ireland. There's no time to rest, with only a few games of the Pro 14 season remaining. Owen will need to put all of what he learns in training into the upcoming match against the Newport Gwent Dragons, while still trying to find time to walk his parents' dog and also handling his newly found fame. We began at Bridgend Ravens Rugby Club. Owen spent time playing here at the Brewery Field when recovering from a ruptured ACL at the beginning of the 2017-18 season, only a few weeks before being involved in the Wales setup.
Well, I played against Neath on a Saturday, I think it was, the following 2 weeks played for Ospreys in the European Cup, and then the Wales squad was announced, I think, on the Tuesday, where they come out to weights one morning. Luke Price, I was on lift with him, he had a look on Twitter, and I was in the squad, so for 1 week playing against Neath, the next I was on a bench against Australia.
And after featuring in all 5 games during the Six Nations, Owen knows exactly what he has to do to break into the first team.
Yeah, I think for me is just keep working hard, and every opportunity I get I'm going to make the most of it, because you never know when it's your last sort of game for Wales or game of rugby. So I think as well I've got to be patient, because obviously I'm a lot younger than the other 3 centres that are ahead of me, so just buying my time really, try and learn as much as I can off them, and hopefully one day it'll be my chance to be in the limelight then.
At the tender age of 22, Owen is relatively young as a rugby player, but he always knew from a young age what he wanted to do.
I've never not wanted to play rugby, it's always been my sort of excitement in life. That's what I want to do. So yeah, like I said, my parents have been good to me. I wouldn't be where I am today without them, because they've done everything really for me.
Only a few miles away from the Brewery Field, I travelled to Bryn to meet Owen's parents, Paul and Kathy. If it wasn't for their hard work and commitment, taking Owen and his 2 brothers to rugby every weekend, Owen may not be where he is now.
It's been very much a family affair type of thing, you know what I mean? Saturdays rugby days, and we're all out, and it hasn't changed really, have it?
No.
To be honest, it's a bit of a juggle sometimes when the boys are playing in different places. I think at one stage we had the 3 boys in different clubs, so it was
on a Sunday.
Really.
Yeah, we had 3 of them in 3 different clubs, 3 different schools playing as well, and they were all in like a district or Ospreys, under 16s or whatever, so it was just life on the road, and then standing on the side of a rugby field while they trained then. So.
Despite now being a professional rugby player, Owen still finds the time to take his parents' dog for a walk, and it seems that he's not allowing his newly found fame to get to his head.
To us, he's always just Owen, it's a pain in the backside sometimes, and but just Owen. But then when you go out and you see these kids, and I can remember someone I knew sending a photo of her son had bumped into Owen up the Pines, and had had his photo with him, and like she said, the excitement of her son was just amazing. So it is kind of quite surreal, that because it is just Owen.
And Owen knows the excitement of meeting a Welsh rugby player himself. While studying at Llangeroid School, Scarlets and Wales prop Ken Owens paid a visit, and now it's Owen's turn to inspire the next generation. With a keen eye over the Year 7 students, Owen also got involved in the training session, organised by his former teacher, Owen Tudor, who is full of admiration for his former pupil.
I think it takes a lot to be a professional athlete, and one of them is determination, and Owen showed that from the days in school. He was always willing to work hard. He listened, and you can see him, once any feedback was given to him, he would implement that straight away then, be it on the field or in the classroom.
And with his determination, it was in school that Owen realised his potential.
Probably coming to my last, year 11 with GCSEs, I realised, I didn't have many other interests apart from rugby, so I thought I'd probably put everything I could really into rugby, and luckily it's quite paid off. So I'm just really grateful for the school, what they've done for me and helped my career really. As a young rugby player, wanted to have a career in rugby and play for Wales. Look up to them, and I remember when I was in school, I think Ken Owens came in when I was there, and I've played with him quite a few times now, and he was one of those people that came into school, and I was like, wow. So I think it's great for these kids, and hopefully a lot of them will push on and do well in sport and rugby and so on.
The excitements ran through the whole school as the Six Nations campaign went on. And winning the Grand Slam is just the icing on the cake, really. You know, he is a role model in our school. We celebrate his success, Wales' success, throughout the whole school on an annual basis now, which is great to see. But not only that, but his achievements in our local region, in the Ospreys shirt as well, that he does on a weekly basis.
The staff and students at Llangeroid School aren't the only people keeping tabs on Owen's career. Owen's former coach at Brinkefin Rugby Club, Pete Bradley, knows how much Owen has strived for this opportunity.
Oh, it's fantastic. If it was a roof on the village, it would have been lifted without a doubt. As a matter of fact, early days when he was about 13, 14, I phoned Ladbrokes up to get an early bet on him for a full Welsh cap. That's how good he was, in my opinion. But he hasn't got to the top of his game by just being naturally talented. He's had to work tremendously hard, I would imagine. I was gone in the trenches, and to be fair to him as a young boy, to keep on track with the training, with the diet, everything that these professionals have got to put up with. Behind the scenes, people don't see that, and I'm sure he's put in a tremendous amount of work to get where he is at the moment, and good luck to him.
The hard work that Owen was putting in was recognised by the Ospreys. After experiencing numerous years within the academy, Owen made his senior debut for the Ospreys aged 18 and is now a pivotal part of Alan Clark's squad.
You've known Owen for how long?
Couple of years.
Couple of years. And what kind of person is he?
He's a fantastic young man. Obviously he's a good rugby player. The fact that he's young, what he's achieved already in his life, here at the Ospreys, coming through the academy into the senior ranks, been a really important player for us, and obviously in the international stage, coming off the back of a Grand Slam. It's fantastic, but yet there's so much growth left in him.
Would I be right in saying that he's going to be firmly in your plans for the rest of the season in the lead up to the World Cup?
Most definitely. We have 4 games left, back end of the season, regular league games. And Owen's really important for us to bring back the confidence that he's had from winning the Grand Slam, and blending in with the team and being a big voice to our 10 and outside backs.
And looking right into the future, where do you think the limit is for Owen?
I think he'll decide that, to be honest. You know, he's got the athleticism for the game, and he's got some basic skills. As his understanding, as his confidence grows, he'll become more of a voice, and the game will be in slow-mo, and the ability for players, particularly in the midfield, to see and anticipate the game a phase ahead is a great place to be.
Announced in Alan Clark's Ospreys squad immediately after the Six Nations and Triple Crown wins, a hugely anticipated must-win game in the Pro 14 against Newport Gwent Dragons awaited in what was the Ospreys' final home game of the season.
In the Six Nations, I probably didn't get as much game time as I wanted, so it's nice to go out here and have 80 minutes on my belt and, like I said, just enjoy the rugby and just keep trying different things, really improve it. Yeah, obviously I think we've got a tight group of boys here, which we find ourselves in a hole a lot, but I think how tight we are, I guess, is out of them sort of situations. But yeah, we played some great rugby in the second half, and lucky to score 4 or 5 tries then, really.
With the fans waiting hours after the final whistle for the chance to meet their heroes, a certain Welsh hero himself, Shane Williams, offered his thoughts on Owen's future.
Well, he's got a bright future and he's learning from the best. To be part of a Grand Slam, being in part of that environment, to play games the way he does, and again he was superb again today. Like he's a player that's only going to get better the more experience he gets, and just glad he's an Osprey.
After a successful start to Owen's professional rugby career, the next step will be gaining a place in Warren Gatland's Wales squad for the Rugby World Cup in Japan later on this year.